You guys, this time of year, we're all an indoor cat. Am I right? I'm an indoor person no matter what, let's be honest. But if you've been stuck inside all winter with your cat, you know that litter box can get a little odorous, okay? So that's why I'm excited Pretty Litter has sponsored the podcast. I gave the bag of Pretty Litter that I got to my friend Sabrina. She has now changed her subscription service over to Pretty Litter because she loved it so much. She told me that what she loved is that it's non-clumping and lightweight, was low dust, and the 1 6-pound bag lasted her a long time, so she didn't have to have these big bags all around. And now that she's changed her subscription service to Pretty Litter, it's shipping free right to her door. She's never running out. It's just coming when she needs it, and she doesn't have to have these giant bags all around. Indoor cats and indoor humans agree. Pretty Litter will help your house smell fresh and clean. Go to prettylitter.com/pinkshade to save 20% on your first order and get a free cat toy. That's prettylitter.com/pinkshade to save 20% on your first order and get a free cat toy for your cat. That's fun. prettylitter.com/pinkshade. Terms and conditions apply. See site for details. Welcome to Pink Shade. It's Thursday. That means it's Poppin' Bravo, and I've got two Poppin' Bravo queens of yore and past and future. It's Brandy and Julie, my buddies. How's it going, guys?
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Are you guys wide awake over there?
Wide awake. It's
Okay.
it's an overcast, gray, rainy day here, so it's
Wow.
hard to get it going.
So we just can't function.
I'm sorry for
No
you.
one can drive here when a sprinkle comes down.
There's going to be a mudslide. I mean, not to joke about that. There probably could be, but it's like not like that rainy, but it's like one of those days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like every day where I live, right?
Does it rain a lot there?
It doesn't rain a lot, but it's not just like yesterday was beautiful and sunny and like 60 degrees. So you could just wear like a little light long sleeve shirt and like a light sweat pant and just not be outside and sweat, but
Yes.
not also like you didn't have to go all the way to shorts, you know?
Yep.
It was perfect.
I
So-
love that.
It does
Okay.
get high humidity there.
Yeah, it does. It will. Yeah, but I'm from Mississippi. So to me, I'm like, that just feels like that's what the weather is. You're just always in a full dripping from the armpit sweat, you know? Yeah.
Which does harken back to Beverly Hills, where Kathy Hilton was just so hot.
I mean, she was so hot.
That was crazy.
Are you guys hot? I'm just hot. I'm very hot.
She's way past menopause stage, and I know from which I speak.
Yeah.
So she's way past just being hot all the time and like carrying around a fan with you up your shirt down she's
might
past
be-
it.
Menopause. I'm like, there's no
well,
way.
the doctor would tell you that you might, if you are listen, I'm in the perimenopausal in the pre stages. Okay.
Okay, I'm in the post.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And apparently, by the way, according to the doctor, it lasts for like 15 years.
It does.
Like,
It does.
It's
Mhm.
like it's not enough.
Mm-mm. It'll last, and I still get hot, but it's not at all like it was when it was like I was like Kathy Hilton. I was like, is everybody hot? Who's hot? Are we hot? And like taking your clothes off. It's way better now. If I get hot, it literally lasts like 2 minutes. I put my hair up in a ponytail and then I'm fine. But I've been like Kathy Hilton before, where I'm like, I'm just gonna literally change clothes in the middle of the dinner. Now the peeing in the pants I haven't had, but that was something.
we got to be moving into a different, but still.
But
she
isn't
said
that from having children?
that
Like
could
the pelvic floor?
I feel like a doctor might say, like, unfortunately for you, you're one of the women who, like, some women suffer for the rest of their lives after hot flashes and become hot. Like,
Mhm.
and I'm like, please, God,
The vagina
please,
changes.
God, plus that
I'm just
changes.
saying.
And yeah, maybe
So
it
I
just
could see I don't know what's going on, and I just TT'd.
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that does seem like that's what happened.
You could get a bladder sling for that.
Well, this is why she's a legend and the queen. 'Cause
Yes.
she changed, she came back, and she was like, I peed or whatever. I TT'd a little.
My underwear washing in the sink.
Oh yeah, I did.
I
pee
mean,
and I was
you
like,
guys,
I love her so much.
Kathy Hilton, there was a TikTok, you probably saw it, and it was a person that broke down all those products that she had out.
Oh my God.
And
Yeah.
the prices, yeah, it was like each jar was like a deal or something with, snail sperm, and everything was like $500. Everything was $500. Yeah,
Oh gosh.
We didn't see it, but I would love that.
And yet,
I'll send it to
sitting
you.
there
Amazing.
with $1 million worth of face cream, pee in her pants, fucking hot, and the only one who went to dinner in shorts and a t-shirt and was like in a bag from the hotel and like, let's go. Everyone else is in a gown.
That's where Julie goes, is that like a swag bag? Like that
Yeah,
the hotel
it's
gives
the
you for free, and we paused.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
That's why she's the best.
mhm. It was
Oh,
from
wow.
it was from the closet, and she thought this will be fine.
Yeah,
And it
Yeah.
was fine. And it is fine. And that's what's
and
amazing
the
about
chip
her.
clip
Oh,
that they give you, like when you leave the salon,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna leave you in a deep conditioner treatment. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you couldn't even find that to buy if you tried. Like I'm like if you're looking for just like I want a traditional chip clip for my
Mm-mm.
hair, like from like 1987.
Mm-mm.
You couldn't even find it. She
No.
had it, like with her hair pulled back.
I'll make her a plate with a potato and caviar on it all day. Like, not many people in this world that I feel could give me orders. But when she was telling Jennifer
That's
Tilly,
like a few episodes ago, but
oh, it is? Okay.
when she's like, is there any
honey, can you
Yeah.
give me some salad dressing? Honey, can you hand me a napkin? I'm like,
Yeah.
Here. Yes. Sure. What else? I work here for you. Fine. It's fine. She just reminds me of like I don't even know what it is. I just find her very soothing.
I could see that friendship blossoming, Julie, between you and Kathy Hilton. I could see it.
The two of us, between me and Brandy, could completely handle Kathy Hilton.
Totally.
Are you going to take us on a different journey? Because I do have a legitimate question about Kathy Hilton.
Oh,
We could stay on this journey with Kathy Hilton. It's on my list, so let's go on it. What's the question?
I'm wondering, like with Sutton, and I don't
Mhm.
want to jump in deep into the inside baseball of it all, but it's like the whole thing with like Sutton, wasn't she like, and her and Crystal Minkoff, their whole thing is that they were in that legendary season. Was it no, it wasn't last season. It was the season with Lisa Rinna,
Mhm.
where Kathy Hilton did the pop off about Bravo and NBC. The whole thing was that I thought, but I could be remembering wrong, was that Crystal Minkoff and Sutton were like on Kathy Hilton's side.
I don't remember.
So
Yes, because they're rich country club ladies together, the three of them.
and they're
Yes.
like friends with her. And then
Mhm.
Kyle was whatever, and then there's Lisa Rinna. So I found it weird this season, but particularly these last like 3 or 4 episodes, that Sutton, or maybe just the boat from hell and then this finale, Sutton was really dismissive and almost rude to Kathy Hilton, where I just kept thinking, if I'm an ouster of the group, or if I'm on the outskirts, and I don't want to take away from how hard that would be, like, and I have been there, and it just sucks when you're like, wow, I hate everyone I'm on this trip with, and and it sucks. And I did feel for Sutton. I'm just like, just go sit with Kathy Hilton, like,
Yeah.
and not to mention you're already friends with her.
Yeah.
Like, she pissed her pants and she's sweating. Like, go sit with her and have whatever you're eating.
Yeah, exactly.
She doesn't care. Like, if you just feel, oh, I don't have anywhere to sit, just go hang out with her. She'll do it.
Yeah.
She called her sweetheart. Are you okay, sweetheart? And 2 times in the episode before and this one. And Sutton's like, I just want to be alone, or just leave me alone, or something, like, which is.
I wonder if it's because as the Kyle situation, it's that Sutton, yes, is friends with Kathy because they're in that rich sphere together. And maybe it is, she's like, okay, well, I can't talk to Kathy right now because of Kyle, because Kyle's being mean to me. So I got to just hang with Jennifer Tilly's the only person that I feel is on my team here.
I'm a good friend of her right now. I like to take Sutton to my jewelry box. And in my jewelry box, look what I found in my jewelry box.
You guys, I love Jennifer Tilly. I love.
Like,
And I love on the beach when they were like, oh gosh, when your husband wanted to give you $350,000 because it was half of his money, you just said, gosh, you need a lawyer. And and Kyle goes, so did you get more than that? She goes, I've got Simpsons money.
yeah, I got a piece of the Simpsons.
Yeah. She was like, she's like, everything else I have is snack money. The Simpsons money is how I live, honey.
Bulgari, St. Moritz, Bulgari, Bulgari. She's.
Can you do her laugh, Julie? Can you do her laugh?
We try.
I started it yesterday.
It's a little low. It's a little lower. It's like
she
like
always
that.
feels. She always puts her. She's always smiling and like. Then we went over to. I remember one time when I was at the Oscar Awards with my sister. My sister and I are the only sisters who are half Chinese who are ever nominated for an Oscar award. And it's like, you're amazing in every way.
Amazing.
And she's Chucky and she's Bride Chucky and she's Bound and she's just the best. We talked about her yesterday. We think that she brings like a color and a light and a fun and a shine and a uniqueness, talent and charm
she's
to the
bringing
thing.
back the low stakes drama to it.
Yeah. I agree. Cause she's I'm just here and I got 3 houses and what, and it's like 3 houses in the same block. So did you feel that on this episode, if we're going to talk about it, did you feel that the ladies were piling on Sutton, and did you enjoy the montage that the production put together of how everybody's picked on Sutton, also how she's picked on everybody else? It just goes to show it goes back and forth. So it's not just like Sutton's getting picked on. She's also been the picker,
It's like classic, and this is probably too big of a word because she's not a bully, but she's if you in quotes, I would say she's a bully. She's not a bully, but she's a bully victim. Like it's too big of a word. I don't know what the other word would be, but it's like you expose people, you try and reveal them. And I get it for the show. That's what they're there for. That's what they're doing. And let me just ask you a question and did 20 million and at the table, and she can do things that feel embarrassing and humiliating to people the way she feels in the moment. And then when anyone does that to her, she becomes like a withering, she's crying and I want to be alone. And I find her to be very, very unlikable. She doesn't seem like any fun. She's constantly bringing the energy down. She's stopping the momentum of fun. She needs to make it about herself. She wants the attention on her in some weird take care of me. I don't understand sex or what. Like she like it's just I don't know. I don't need to do that.
I will say that we went on Watch What Happens Live, and well, first of all, Sutton's friends with Jeff, and we hate Jeff Lewis, so that's that.
What? I've never heard of that.
So
shocking.
That has to be out there, but, but I mean, to be fair, I mean, she isn't like she can be fun and whatever. I've never found her like the most entertaining. I did kind of like the thing with Crystal Minkoff, like that whole thing of like, oh, you walked in on me and.
Oh yeah,
it was so weird. I forgot about that.
You dumb bitches being dumb bitches,
idiots.
Like,
you violated me by seeing me by knocking on my door and saying, "Can I come in?" And you're naked. Yes,
right.
And then
I'm jealous. What am I jealous of? Your leather pants.
Yes,
yeah, whatever that was. And meanwhile, Crystal Minkoff, looking back, I mean, without being triggering, I mean, that whole thing became about like disordered eating. This whole thing, and
right.
I look at Sutton now and. Having been a ballerina, just looking at her after all these seasons, I'm like, that's just ironic to me, but I'm sure Sutton's I'm right there with you.
I understand.
But anyway,
right.
At that point, I was kind of enjoying it because she was on that thing where her knee with her leg.
You know what? When she's like an invalid, it might work. Like, like there's something about
she's like going on that
she
scooter.
like broke her foot or whatever.
Yeah.
She just constantly seems like someone, like she should have a big pocketbook hanging off of her jazzy. If jazzy, I might be into it. Like, you know what I mean?
That might be next.
Yeah.
I did think it was interesting that Kyle pointed out about Sutton repeating things. I've never thought about it, but when Sutton was talking to Kyle when they were at that little outdoor market, she was going, "Do you think it's true? Do you think it's true? Do you think it's true? Do you think it's true?" She's like, "Oh my God." What is with her repeating like name them?
I think that's a sign of selfish self-centeredness.
So
Like
you're going to answer me before we move on to anything. I'm not moving on.
I'm not even
Yes.
listening to
Yeah.
what you're even saying. I don't even care about what you're saying.
Just
That's
answer
the
me
thing.
first. It's
I
like,
think so. And I don't, I know that these are real people, and when we're coming at this from watching characters on TV, but
yeah, right, of course.
and I just,
And that's what I was going to say about Watch What Happens Live is that we went on and Julie, there's a game where it was like,
so rude.
but we didn't know her. I mean, we hadn't met her yet.
No.
And we have met her since with Jeff, but at that point, if you're going to go, whatever, even doing this, there has to be a sense of like, I'm never going to see you. And then when I run into you, this is going to be horrible that we said this on this show. But so you have to just get rid of that. But basically, it might have been her first season. And there's a game on there where they go like, oh, what would you do if you had the power? And I said, I would do flipping out without Jenny Poulos. And clearly we were out of our minds. And then Julie said, I would get rid of Sutton Stracke. Is that her last name? And I would recast her with the beautiful Leah Black. And when we met Sutton, she looked at Julie as if she had seen a demon that had come up from like the
like
netherworld.
literally like a swamp monster from hell had been.
And this is just a TV show. Like, who cares? You're just trying to be funny. Like, and you're asked questions. Yeah.
I didn't say that was why. Julie just was like, oh my God. Like, she looked at me like she'd never seen anyone she hated more. And I was like, oh, that's because Watch What Happens Live.
I like literally thought I was being homophobic at first. I was like, does she
Homophobia?
Does she know me lesbian? Does she think, what does she think I am? And like, I didn't know because I've had that look before. The look was not unfamiliar. Okay.
Okay.
The look is not unfamiliar of, wow, I'm looking at a gay monster. And I thought, okay. But then I just was like, God damn. And then Brandy reminded me that I said that. And so that she either remembered or recognized or whatever. And, okay. That's fair, but at the same time, we also met Crystal Minkoff, who couldn't have been more warm and nice and whatever. We have talked some major shit about her. So I don't,
I think she seems like just a cool, normal person, Crystal Minkoff. I could be wrong, but to me, that's how she seems.
I bet you, in general, this is what we've realized throughout the years of this and meeting Teresa and Melissa and Joe Gorga and Dorinda and all of these people from the shows. We sit and we talk shit and we whatever. And like I said, like they're characters on a TV show. When you meet them, and I mean any of them, they're all lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dorinda's disgusting boyfriend wasn't, but other than that, John, that absolute pig. However,
nice
that cokehead.
He was nice to Brandy.
He like cleaned my purse.
Oh, he wanted to definitely clean your purse.
Ooh.
But everyone else has been. We met Heather Dubrow. She was lovely. We met
even Danielle Staub.
So nice.
Wow, throwing it back.
Yeah,
throwing it all the way back.
So just I know that if given the right whatever, I'm sure Sutton's a nice, is a whatever.
We have met her, and she was actually, she was rude because of what you said, and then also competitive. And
that's right.
She's definitely like,
certainly not a warm welcomer. I can tell you that
she's not as down to earth as some of the other.
No,
and Mary Payne, you've met them all too. It's like she is down to earth, and it wouldn't matter anyway. I mean, we're not a big fan of her on the show. In general.
The only ones I've met in the wild are ones at BravoCon, and they're like being paid to be there. You know what I mean? And paid to be nice. And, like I said, Mia was one of the nicest ones that I met, and Garcelle. And of course, Margaret Josephs was great. And I know you guys, you don't always love Margaret Josephs, I don't think, but she was the nicest of all.
She's like the perfect example of what we always say. We always say we will talk shit about Margaret Josephs and know for a fact that she will be so cool and so
totally
like friendly in person that we'll be like, even we talked the same as Meghan McCain. And it actually happened where it was like, we're going to talk this shit. And the second she's nice to us, we're going to be like, it's fine. We don't hate you now.
Yeah.
And, and like,
but that's what happens with people. And that's why reality, these shows are such mind fucks and whatever. And I always say too, like, the joy of this entire thing, why we all exist here, is to talk shit and to be able to discuss and process and analyze, other people's trauma and drama and whatever, and do it in a way where we get to, unlike in our real lives in friendships, we are not obligated to like them one day and not like them another. So we can go back and forth in a fucking
Fun.
at our whim.
Yeah.
To, I love Teresa today, or I love Sutton today. God, she's annoying the next day.
Yeah.
Because we don't get to do that in our lives, which is why women particularly, I think, love it so much. But, because we get to, because it's not deep. It's not.
Yeah. It shouldn't be.
It's like not.
Low stakes, like you said.
Low stakes.
Yeah. What did you think at the table when they were, first of all, the fact that they were sitting in those crazy outfits, but what did you think it was the night before and Sutton had on that like one-armed caftan that I loved. What did you think about them doing the impressions of each other? I always love when they do the impressions of each other as like friends would do. And then when Erica started doing Sutton, she just could not take the joke. They were all doing each other. And then Sutton was like, I don't talk like that. I was like, well, yes, you do. Actually, and I'm from the South, and that's how I do your impression as well.
Right. That just again, you always have to stop the fun now, and a perfect thing with these shows and the show. First of all, they're not friends, and if they,
so I did think that was kind of
they're
brutal.
castmates, so they're colleagues or whatever, and I guess some of them are friends. But that's the thing. Sutton is already. She doesn't have the thick skin to be in this group. Like if you can't, the number one, I believe the number one trait in order to survive, not just life, but to be on this show is you better have a sense of humor and you better have it about yourself, because you're going to get ripped apart. And she's too, sensitive or whatever, like not secure. She's so insecure that now we have these women these are some fucking savages. Okay. These are strong. Erica Jane. Can you imagine sitting at a table with Erica Jane?
Which we also have.
We have.
Lovely.
Beautiful in person.
I bet she's so nice.
So nice.
So
yeah,
cool.
I bet she's so nice and cool. Yeah.
She is
But
also
she has so much confidence.
So much
you
confidence.
Gotta be ready to like.
Yes. Throw down.
That outfit that she had on were literally only her labia and her nipples were covered. I was like, you gotta, and she was like, yes.
In her element. That's the thing. It's like now you're sitting at a table in some kind of nut huggers or whatever, like with your titty with a fucking nip clip. Like, but Erica Jane, that's her lane. That's where she feels comfortable. And she was living her best life. And
I do think though, that particular thing though, they were
being mean.
They were in a fight. I didn't think they were being mean. I thought they were actually just doing an impression of her, which is so easy to do a Southern accent.
Yes.
And Kyle tried to do Jennifer Tilly, as did Julie, which is so hard.
Yeah.
I'll get there though.
I think I'm gonna.
I know you will. That's why I asked you.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna do this, and then it's like it's not just a baby voice. There's more to it, but with those two, I think it just wasn't friendly waters for her. I mean, the only reason she went Mary Payne is because she had the fucking off-shoulder caftan.
And it was so pretty. I was like, I would have, if I had that cute outfit, I'd be like, someone's going to see this. Someone is going to see this dress.
And that's why she went. I won't let this go to waste.
And she was in an even further bad mood because nobody said, I love your outfit.
I love your outfit.
They did.
Really good. I don't know. I mean, she looked great. That was the one thing.
Yeah. She was like, I've got this great hair. Now, all right, y'all, I don't like to gatekeep something when I find an amazing product, okay? As you know, I'm always searching for something perfect that's going to like go on my face, go on my hands, and sometimes you ignore your neck, okay? Did you know that the skin on your neck is thinner, more delicate, less oily than your facial skin? It requires specialized care. I have been using this Go Pure Tighten and Lift Neck Cream. You guys, first of all, I had used this product before they became a sponsor. I have been using this product for a couple of months, and I'm constantly touching my neck now because my neck feels so soft. It feels so different. I can't explain it. It's Go Pure's proprietary firming complex. It's designed to visibly firm and smooth the skin on your neck and chest. I'm using it from my chin down to the décolleté between the boobies, and everything is firming up. In a consumer study, 100% of users said their skin looked more supple, and 97% noticed a firmer appearance. I am in that 100% bracket. They have sold over 1 million jars, guys. 1 million, okay? Like I said, I bought them before they became a sponsor. I've been using it for months. They have all sorts of products. They have a full line of science-based skin and body care to brighten, hydrate, restore your glow from head to toe. They have vitamin C serums. They have deeply hydrating retinol moisturizers. Every product is packed with clean, effective ingredients that deliver real results that I can tell you about myself. No harsh chemicals, no hefty price. So tighten, lift, and restore elasticity in your neck because your skincare routine shouldn't stop at your jawline. For a limited time, our listeners get 25% off Go Pure with code PINKSHADE at checkout. Just head to gopurebeauty.com and use code PINKSHADE and you're all set. And after you buy, they'll say, hey, where did you hear about us? Make sure you say Pink Shade. Tell them it's from our show because I am a huge fan. You guys, this time of year, we're all an indoor cat. Am I right? I'm an indoor person no matter what, let's be honest. But if you've been stuck inside all winter with your cat, you know that litter box can get a little odorous, okay? So that's why I'm excited Pretty Litter has sponsored the podcast. I gave the bag of Pretty Litter that I got to my friend Sabrina. She has now changed her subscription service over to Pretty Litter because she loved it so much. She told me that what she loved is that it's non-clumping and lightweight, was low dust, and the 1 6-pound bag lasted her a long time, so she didn't have to have these big bags all around. And now that she's changed her subscription service to Pretty Litter, it's shipping free right to her door. She's never running out. It's just coming when she needs it, and she doesn't have to have these giant bags all around. Indoor cats and indoor humans agree. Pretty Litter will help your house smell fresh and clean. Go to prettylitter.com/pinkshade to save 20% on your first order and get a free cat toy. That's prettylitter.com/pinkshade to save 20% on your first order and get a free cat toy for your cat. That's fun. prettylitter.com/pinkshade. Terms and conditions apply. See site for details. All right, guys, I'm always trying to follow the latest makeup trends, and sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, but I will watch a tutorial and I'll be like, okay, you know what? That really worked. And lately I have found that with Thrive Cosmetics and their concealer. They have this buildable blur concealer that is working for me. I am living for it. And I found out about Thrive giving back. You know, they give back to the community, and I've told you guys already that I found out they gave all that money to the firefighter victim relief. And I was really impressed with that because that is a cause near and dear to my heart. So Thrive Cosmetics, you get it? They give to the cause. Another thing I'm loving is their liquid lash extensions mascara. I'm telling you guys, every time you see me on camera, I am using that buildable blur concealer and their liquid lash extensions mascara. And I've got on the Thrive lipstick right now. I'm telling you guys, I haven't gotten one thing that I didn't love and then reordered. You guys need to check it out. So discover your new trusty favorite from Thrive Cosmetics, luxury beauty that gives back. Right now, you can get an exclusive 20% off your first order at Thrive Cosmetics/pinkshade, okay? Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSMETICS.com/pinkshade for 20% off. One more time, Thrive cosmetics.com/pinkshade to get 20% off your first order. I will say about Kathy, we were discussing, so she did have on shorts and a t-shirt carrying the free bag from the hotel. Now, and her hair was in a clip that Brandy pointed out. You can't find those clips anymore. And now the question is, did her t-shirt say for sure? It looks like it said FERSURE, like for sure.
I couldn't
I
tell,
hope so.
but one thing that
Let's
most
see.
important thing was, one, she was sweating through the shirt. No one
But so hard.
conveyed the heat of a place better
Yeah.
than her, because Julie
Yes.
was not here for it, because the other women were cool as a cucumber. And this motherfucker, if we were in that environment, she would be like, I just kept saying, it's so humid and so stifling
I
there
can't deal with it.
that
Yeah.
she was sweating through her t-shirt. And then when Julie really looked, she goes, I don't think she's wearing a bra. And I could just picture her because you know how she can't have the extensions.
Yeah, because it makes her head hot. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I've got to have the dress or the extensions, but something's got to go because I'm going to get too hot.
Yeah.
And you see her, and she couldn't have any single one thing that was tight,
touching
the boobs, or when she came out in that like grandma muumuu that it wasn't even a dress, it was like a grandma muumuu you would wear to like get ready. When she came out in that, she was like, I had to change because I tinkled. I was like, but this that was me, and I had gone back to the room, and nothing at the table had anything to do with me, and I had already gotten paid, and who cares because I don't need the money. I would have taken my ass right back to my room, taken a cold shower, and gone to bed. I would have been like, I do not need to come back out here and admit that I tinkled and I'm wearing now my changing gown.
Yeah, my getting ready.
Yes.
That is like
covered in makeup. Yes.
Point. But like I literally thought because she came back, this is dead honest, I thought that her underwear were in the bathroom sink at the fucking resort.
Probably. She was she just took it all off and threw it in the trash.
Yeah, I kept thinking, was that dress thing in your bag? Yeah, I didn't think she went all the way to the room because I thought there's no way in a
probably in her bag. She probably just bought it. She'd probably just bought it. She was like, do you have one of those in a one size fits all?
That's
now, do you have a low hanging shirt that I can wear without a bra? I am very hot.
That's what I thought. Like she went to the resort bathroom right there and then just came back.
I would have left. I would have been that. I'm like, I'm this hot. My evening is over. I'm going to get in a cold shower and wash my hair and get in the bed. And that's it.
I just love it so much because like
I do too. I love her.
I just love it, and I love her, and I love that she got hot. And when I can't withstand heat in any capacity, and they're dressed up and they're in dresses and tight things with dangles, bangles.
Oh,
and
it's so hot. I was just like in my pits. I'm sweating.
Hair everywhere, and just like I'm like, it's too hot. I can't take it.
I know. I'm with you.
They're all in skims and skins.
Oh no! It's a cotton underwear for me, girl. Okay, now I have a question. Did you guys notice on the closing cards, which they're doing this now on a lot of the shows, they do the closing cards and you're like, now it said, nope, now we got 10 more minutes. But the closing cards, they said Garcelle, blah, 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 is doting on her new grandchild. Oliver had a daughter and he named her Valley.
Yeah.
Is that like Oliver's like, I'll do anything to get on the Valley. I'll do anything to get on the Valley. I will name my kid Valley.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even think of that. I was literally like,
why else would you name your child Valley?
No, that's
I
interesting.
know. I kept
Does he
thinking,
live in the Valley?
Was she born in Woodland Hills?
Wow. Now, you know what? That's interesting.
Yeah.
I did it with Lala, and she's going to be on there, right?
Yeah, she's going to be on because I think Jax has to, go away mid-season. And then I think they like bring in some other people to sort of fill the gaps. And I'm so pumped about the Valley. How about you guys?
It looks so good.
I mean, talk about
when she tells Janet that she has Karen energy. I just
my God.
died. Like everybody for poor Janet with the new baby to just get it handed to her. Like it's just we wait for the circle. It's the circle of life.
Circle of life.
We've got to see it. We don't even dislike Janet.
Yeah. Again. I mean,
did you guys check in on Denise's show?
Oh, living. Very
good.
Living. I don't know.
It's so good. It's so good.
Why? Because we don't even we didn't like Crappy Lake.
Okay. It was too slapsticky. It was too
produced. You could take Luann and Sonia don't need all that. Like they're
Agree.
Just put them somewhere and let it happen. It would have been
and Alex Baskin is a genius, for sure. But we know we worked with the Vanderpump people, we worked with that entire crew.
Yeah.
So we do know and we can tell on Vanderpump. Even Vanderpump got too produced, so there is a level of no matter how smart and good you are, where you're going to overproduce something. It's Denise Richards. Like she will not, she won't be tamed.
It's striking. That could have been the name of the show. It could have been called Denise Richards. She won't be tamed.
Can't be tamed.
It could have been tamed. Like she is talk about, she's giving you Jennifer Tilly, but even more.
Wackier.
She's
But less money.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And more grungy or not dirty, but like
Yeah, a little dirty.
more rock and roll. She's rock and
Yeah.
roll. Jennifer Tilly is, you know,
A 60s
like pop.
I'm not sure.
She's giving you pop, glossy, you know, whatever. Denise Richards is fucking rock and roll.
Yeah.
And it's like the 2 townhouses and the house and the family and the big dick husband and the girls and the OnlyFans and the bitch wants a cooking show, and I want her to get it. I want her to get everything she wants in the world. I
think she's just one of those. She takes in animals. She takes in ex-wives. She takes in hookers from the car. It's just whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
She's a huge. I don't think that there's ever anyone that's been on, except for Lisa Vanderpump, who, you know, with animals, where you really see like someone doing something like But this woman is the real.
There's that thing on TikTok, which is like now, and you know, like you want to see someone who like looks ugly and is like doing their makeup or putting their lotion on, or it's giving that. It's like she's so just. She doesn't care that she's in the townhouse, that it's covered in dog shit, or
perfect.
There's just
she gave an iguana a memorial service. Like I was so, it's just so it's like you go from, I'm like, am I generally touched right now? And
that was a fake thing, but it came out of a real thing where a crackhead left an iguana on her porch.
Yes.
And then she gave the iguana its own room.
And is still taking care of the crackhead, who's, by the way, still on crack. So like it's allegedly, but I mean, but whatever, which is fine. She's just giving like the whole reality space some heart. And
I agree. Yes, good.
Lacked heart for quite a long time. So it's just, she's just
when
a
I
bleeding
tell you,
heart. I love it.
I was on the edge of my seat with that nose job. I couldn't. I was like, where is the fucking results of the nose job?
Yeah, it looks great.
Oh,
it looks great.
So good.
Oh my God, the daughter won't be friends with people because they don't love the Lord. They don't love the Lord. It's amazing.
I mean, when the promo clip that they rolled out of the 2 daughters talking, and the porn star daughter goes, "Dude, you're such a fucking bitch." And Denise goes, "Don't call your sister dude."
Yeah.
I was like, that's just genius.
She's your sister. Don't call her dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Julie's favorite. And when I tell you Mary Payne, it doesn't matter how many times she sees it, how many promos it's on. When Erica Jane walks in and Denise Richards looks at the producers and goes like, "Fuck," or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
she's smiling.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Fuck." I can watch it 50,000 times. And
my God. I knew you guys would love it. That's why I was like,
love.
But sometimes, and I've told you this before, sometimes I think, they're going to like really be into this. And you guys are like, "No, stupid, hate her. She's a whore." I'm like, wait, what? Like sometimes I think you're going to love something and you hate it so hard that it shocks me. So I'm glad I felt you would like Denise.
Fickleness of reality.
Yes. And you feel like everyone likes it?
Yeah. I haven't heard anybody say anything other than it is a light and airy, delightful thing you could just have on, and you don't have to be too sunken down in it. And now I do think her husband is being sued for quite a bit of money for like promising someone he would heal their cancer, and then obviously not being able to do that. And then like shutting down his practice, like the doors are closed, like you can't, like, and now they can't find him. So maybe that's who, when Big Pharma was chasing him, maybe it was the woman that had cancer. But yeah, I mean, I think he's been sued a couple of times for.
I mean, he does have a little bit of a grifter energy.
He does.
There's a perfect example of how we'll go after Louis, a clear grifter.
Clear.
And yet,
let me get that.
We'll let him get a pass.
Right. Where's the mob on Big Dick? Like, or where's the mob on Apollo?
What is that guy's name? Apollo. But what is this guy's name?
Is it Chris? I don't know. They're all named Chris.
It's Chris.
I don't
know. Who? Denise's husband?
Yeah.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Aaron. Yes.
Like we didn't know that about the.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of people suing him for, he's come to my holistic practice and your cancer won't return because, like, maybe they're in remission and then the cancer does return and then people sue him because he has promised this. And this was just one lawsuit that I read, and there's several. And the people are like, and then we went back to the office where we were receiving treatment for a year and it's shuttered and moved down the street. Like, so it's a lot of sus there. But again, it's just like Denise, she's like, it's okay. He can be my husband. It's fine.
Well, he was with Nicolette Sheridan.
Right.
He's clearly like, listen, I don't want to talk like too much shit, but like he does give. I mean, you do Reiki. Why don't you? I mean, you don't even. It's just the whole thing. And listen, I do want to say this. Okay. I do want to say this. If you have cancer, if I had cancer, I should say, and I thought that somebody who does Reiki would cure it, you might also want to take responsibility for yourself. Like,
and she paid him like $80,000.
Well, she's an idiot, and
wanted 60,000 back. I don't know what the other 20 was about. Maybe that was a deposit.
I mean, at that point, you got to take responsibility for it. That's like, the psychic told me I'd find love, and I didn't.
Right. They fucked Brandy Glanville.
Say it again about Brandy Glanville.
Do we think they made love to Brandy Glanville?
You mean the two of them together or just Denise?
Yeah, the two of them together.
Oh, could be a threesome energy. Sure.
Were you thinking just Denise?
I was thinking just Denise, but I don't think he cares. I think he's like,
what Brandy showed up to make love.
I think his whole thing was whatever happens on the set of a Hallmark movie stays on the set of a Hallmark movie. It's whatever you want to do. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care.
Well, she does pay the bills.
But Brandy thought she was going to get them both.
Right.
She only got Denise. That was my impression.
I think they had a little fling, and who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But I wondered always, why did Brandy sort of dick her over? Because that was dark. I mean, we didn't really particularly enjoy that storyline. Like, that was sucked for Denise. So it did for this redemption arc.
Yeah.
But I always wondered, why did Brandy do that? And what I thought was just simply that Brandy thought she was going to get Big Dick Aaron as well.
Right.
And then she just got Denise.
I think that she was friends with Kim Richards, and it was a story to tell. And that'll give me more screen time or whatever, or any screen time. That's what I think.
Right.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I don't like to gatekeep something when I find an amazing product. Okay. As you know, I'm always searching for something perfect that's going to like go on my face, go on my hands. And sometimes you ignore your neck. Okay. Did you know that the skin on your neck is thinner, more delicate, less oily than your facial skin? It requires specialized care. I have been using this Go Pure Tighten and Lift Neck Cream. You guys, first of all, I had used this product before they became a sponsor. I've been using this product for a couple of months, and I'm constantly touching my neck now because my neck feels so soft. It feels so different. I can't explain it. It's Go Pure's proprietary firming complex. It's designed to visibly firm and smooth the skin on your neck and chest. I'm using it from my chin down to the décolleté between the boobies, and everything is firming up. In a consumer study, 100% of users said their skin looked more supple, and 97% noticed a firmer appearance. I am in that 100% bracket. They have sold over 1 million jars, guys. 1 million, okay? Like I said, I bought them before they became a sponsor. I've been using it for months. They have all sorts of products. They have a full line of science-based skin and body care to brighten, hydrate, restore your glow from head to toe. They have vitamin C serums. They have deeply hydrating retinol moisturizers. Every product is packed with clean, effective ingredients that deliver real results that I can tell you about myself. No harsh chemicals, no hefty price. So tighten, lift, and restore elasticity in your neck because your skincare routine shouldn't stop at your jawline. For a limited time, our listeners get 25% off Go Pure with code PINKSHADE at checkout. Just head to gopurebeauty.com and use code PINKSHADE and you're all set. And after you buy, they'll say, hey, where did you hear about us? Make sure you say Pink Shade. Tell them it's from our show because I am a huge fan. All right, guys, I'm always trying to follow the latest makeup trends, and sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, but I will watch a tutorial and I'll be like, okay, you know what? That really worked. And lately I have found that with Thrive Cosmetics and their concealer. They have this buildable blur concealer that is working for me. I am living for it. And I found out about Thrive giving back. You know, they give back to the community. And I've told you guys already that I found out they gave all that money to the firefighter victim relief. And I was really impressed with that because that is a cause near and dear to my heart. So Thrive Cosmetics, you get it? They give to the cause. Another thing I'm loving is their liquid lash extensions mascara. I'm telling you guys, every time you see me on camera, I am using that buildable blur concealer and their liquid lash extensions mascara. And I've got on the Thrive lipstick right now. I'm telling you guys, I haven't gotten one thing that I didn't love and then reordered. You guys need to check it out. So discover your new trusty favorite from Thrive Cosmetics, luxury beauty that gives back. Right now, you can get an exclusive 20% off your first order at Thrive Cosmetics/pink shade. Okay, Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSMETICS.com/pink shade for 20% off. One more time, Thrive cosmetics.com/pink shade to get 20% off your first order. Now,
a bitch.
what do you think about the situation with Garcelle and Sutton and what we've seen the clips from the reunion about the whole Morgan Wade of it all? Like, she was on the show, so now she doesn't want to be on the show. And I liked how Garcelle's like, she wasn't on the show this season, but she was on the show last season. And so I think that they all have a point. I think Kyle is entitled to keep whatever she wants private, obviously, and she doesn't want to. Mo doesn't seem to care. He doesn't seem to care about keeping things private. But what do you think about that whole thing? Because Garcelle and Sutton do have a point of like, she's always telling us to be open and honest. She won't be open and honest. And then Kyle's thinking, well, my friend doesn't want to be on the show. And they're like, but she was on the show and she went on cast trips with us. So now we're supposed to act like we don't know her. What do you think of that?
Was there clips from the reunion that we haven't seen, or are you just talking about in the show?
It was, I think I saw it on an ad, and I think I also saw it at the end of the episode, and it really is full force. And maybe I saw it on like Instagram, Bravo Instagram, but it's full coming at Kyle, like, because Kyle says Morgan doesn't want to be on the show. And Garcelle says this season she didn't want to be on the show, but last season she did.
Well, I love that.
That's true.
I love that.
That's true.
Bitch,
And
and do the tattooing.
I never even knew what the Real Housewives were. I just met Kyle through the DMs.
Like, Dyke, get out of town. We know what you were doing. It's not unclear to see. We all saw it. Then you put her in the music video. And by the way, and then they showed clips of the music video also on the show. Like,
yeah, because she was trying to
dating 24/7 the entire time, whether you're really doing it or not. Like, that's what you were doing and that's what you were there for. And now you don't want to be in the show, and they're making a whole thing about. I mean,
remember when Kyle wouldn't even say her name at the beginning with the antlers at that dumb party, and she's like, I just don't want to, I'm not even going to say her name, but like,
you said my friend doesn't want me to say her, whatever, and they're all like, Morgan that we were just at lunch with 2 days ago. What are you talking about? She's always with you.
A private jet with us, thirst trap photos, like it. That is where it's just. I mean, I'm glad Garcelle. I mean,
keeps calling it out.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited to see that. I had not seen that clip, and I'm excited to see that in the reunion.
And Andy says to her, "Well, you did do a music video where you were lovers."
That's what I'm saying.
Andy says that to Kyle.
Good.
She's like,
I just you could at least just speak to it or whatever at this point. I don't even understand. I just don't understand what she's.
And now they
she's doing.
Photographed in Paris. Did you guys see that?
No, her and Morgan Wade.
Yeah, like sitting at like a cafe in Paris. I mean, I don't even. My cousins went to the Alanis Morissette concert in Palm Springs. Morgan Wade opened, and they said that. And this is just them, like casually, very casual Bravo watchers, like, oh, let's look for Kyle.
Yeah.
They certainly didn't yell out Kyle's name or anything, but they said that Morgan's vibe was like really like negative. Like it's like that thing where you're like,
I hate it, like on stage?
Yeah. Like where she was and maybe it's because it was a California show. I don't really know. But yeah, they said that certainly said she was sexy, but they said that she wasn't excited or whatever vibe they got was like, yeah, she wasn't like thrilled to be there. She wasn't like feeling it. They're getting the energy that like, oh, I'm mad that people are here because of Housewives or
right. Well, guess what? You're in Palm Springs. I mean, yeah. I mean, well, that's interesting.
They're fighting too. They're probably fighting. I'm sure Brandy and Kyle are fighting.
Heather said on her show this week that there were they had been spotted like holding hands, and so that's new because normally if they're spotted they're not touching each other. So if they were spotted holding hands, then that would be maybe that's what we're doing now. Maybe we're going to lean into it just a little. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't understand why. And if I don't know. Well, if they're leaning in, good, then lean in. I mean, there's definitely a thing, I think, whether it's real or not, that Kyle's, I don't know if she thinks she's protecting her kids or
yeah.
There is like a thing of, I don't
for what, protecting the kids from what though? I mean, Portia's in high school and the other kids are gone, and what are you protecting them from?
I don't get that vibe at all.
I can't articulate what it is that she has an inner, there's something I don't, that she's not obviously completely comfortable within herself.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's that she's, whatever it is with Maurizio or her own self or being with this girl or whatever it is, she's having an issue, I think.
Mm-hmm.
One of the many things that's going on there. But I do think that is one of the things. Like, she's constantly so uncomfortable about it.
Yeah.
And so this season they weren't even hooking up. I mean, this was the first time since Morgan Wade even existed where I was like, are they not even hooking up? Like, even though my cousins had gone to the show and this was at Thanksgiving, they told me that they, Morgan Wade and her attitude and stuff. And I don't know. It was like this season, I was just like, maybe because she was so hyper focused on Maurizio. I don't really know, but I definitely was like, oh, maybe they're not even hooking up. And now I'm back.
It changes every other day. It really does.
Like, she's like standing at the concert with like her boobs out, like in the backstage. I was like,
well, now that Mauricio's being photographed with, girls, I'm sure she's like, all right, fuck it.
People are like that paparazzi picture in the airport. I go, that was literally somebody like me who was in a fancy airport and was like, excuse me, I know them from my TV. Let me take some pictures. Let me send it to TMZ and get $5,000, Can
you imagine in the wild seeing Maurizio with one of his lady friends?
Just like the girls? Person in Paris, 100% at that table. And was like,
and you're like,
a fan.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Now you guys told me that you had not watched Atlanta, and that's another one of those things that once again, I was stunned because I thought you would be all over it. And I think that's your job for the rest of the day.
I think you're right.
There's 3 episodes. Let me just tell you. Okay. So there's 3 new cast members if you don't count Shamia. Now, Shamia, of course, we've known all these years as Portia's friend. And first of all, there's a dog that I'm going to have to show you. All right, let's go through the cast. Okay, so there's Britt. So Britt is in insurance. She has a husband that completely hates her, and she's the one that fights with Kenya later. That Kenya shows the porn pictures of or whatever.
Okay.
She tells us on this episode she used to be like a video vixen and dated like Rick Ross, and she was like big in the rap world at some point in her life. So I guess maybe that's where that's going to come in with the Kenya thing. Then we've got Kelly. Kelly is like a little tiny thing. She's the queen of waffles because she has a waffle restaurant, Nana's Waffles. Okay.
Nana's Waffles.
Nana's Waffles. All right.
She's going to hit it like Dennis with the hot dogs.
Yeah. So we got the hot dog king and we got the waffle queen. Wow. She has 4 daughters, and we open when we meet her on the first episode. It's her daughter's 17th birthday, and she's giving her 17 designer bags. So she pulls up like a Prada bag, a Louis Vuitton, a Chanel. Oh my God. And then on this latest episode, she has a mommy and me party at Balmain at the fancy mall in Atlanta. She has like let's have a mommy and me party at Balmain. Balmain's my favorite designer. Da, 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 da.
Is her money coming from the Waffle House, or we don't know?
I don't know, because her ex-husband was abusive, she says, and she left him, and he's the dad of her 3 younger daughters. I don't know where the money comes from. It's not from one waffle restaurant. I can't imagine.
Well, Nana's
Walmart.
Chicken and Waffles is quite a large restaurant, and it's voted #1 brunch in Georgia.
Yeah. Now she had a second location that her ex-husband took. And so the thing on this show is she's trying to open a new second location. And we have these people coming in like, it will never be ready. Like it will never be. And she's like, it's going to be ready in 3 weeks. They're like, we bought the building yesterday. Like it's never going to be ready. So that's a storyline. Then we have Angela Oakley. Okay. So Angela Oakley made her own million. She was a millionaire. She met her husband, Charles Oakley, in their apartment building when they were both like rich living in he is a former NBA player. When I tell you, I had it on, and as happens, my husband walks through the room always at the exact wrong time and has to make comments. But he walked through the room and goes, "Is that Charles Oakley?" And I go, "Yeah, he's the husband of this woman on Real Housewives of Atlanta." He's like, "Oh my God, really?" Like he's such a famous, he played with Jordan, famous basketball player.
Wow.
He couldn't be cuter, by the way. He's so cute. And he's just in the kitchen, like cooking and like doing the laundry. And she's like the millionaire. But she has an unfortunate LaToya Jackson nose job that I called out last week. I was talking to Amy Phillips about it. I go, her nose job. And Amy's like, I didn't notice it. I go, it looks like the Jacksons. This week, they call her 1999 nose. They call her LaToya Jackson. And it's too bad. But she is beautiful and rich, so who cares?
How did she get her money?
She's self-made as a financial consulting business.
Okay.
So she's like legit rich in her own right and now has this rich, famous husband.
Okay.
Those are the 3 new people. Now, Shamia, we did not know this about Shamia. Wait, go back. Let me go back to Kelly. I want to show you Kelly's dog. Are you ready? I'm just going to show you a picture.
Okay.
I want you to just gird your loins.
Okay.
Okay, so the dog has pink dyed hair, has rhinestones on the side of its eyes. It also has like rhinestones in its hair in the back. It has a feather stuck through its top pony, and it has feathers stuck through the side ponies as well.
Wow.
I don't know.
Is it a Yorkie?
I don't know because it's so shocking when it comes on the screen that you're like, it's a rat. Run.
Let me see. It almost looks
And
like
then she
a
carries it
poodle.
around and kisses it and stuff.
I've never seen her pick it up. It's just around the house, like begging for help. Like, help me. That's crazy.
So
I've never seen her pick it up.
Whose dog is it?
It's Kelly's dog. Kelly, the queen of waffles with the 4 daughters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kelly's dog.
Kelly's.
We went to Atlanta. We love Atlanta. It's like one of my favorite cities in the country.
Yeah.
To get our vaginas checked by Dr. Jackie from on Married to Medicine, the show.
Mhm.
We were leaving her like gynecologist office to go to whatever Candy's restaurant.
Oh, that's right.
She's got 2 locations.
Yep.
And we didn't end up, we almost missed our flight. We didn't end up getting to go, but like, I mean, we will.
Dying.
We're going to this Waffle House.
Absolutely.
It's the last
Are you
thing we
kidding me?
We haven't
going.
No.
Yeah.
Nana's Chicken and Waffles. Yes.
Yes. So Shamia. Okay, here's something we didn't know about Shamia. Shamia is so filthy rich. You guys, her husband, she does her first talking head and she goes, I'd like to say my husband's a Nigerian prince, but it's HVAC. She says, any airport you go in, my husband has done the HVAC for the airport. So here's her house. Are you ready?
Yeah.
That's her house.
Whoa.
Was she this rich when she was friends with Portia and had that baby?
Damn.
Like, was this the same guy?
This is the same. This is the only person she's been married to, I think. And here's what's going on with the house. Okay.
Okay.
It has a full nail salon, a full spa, gym, steam room, sauna. It has a billiards room, a poker room, a wine cellar, a home theater, which is a replica of Atlanta's Fox Theater in the house.
Oh my God.
I thought you guys would like this house porn sitch. Their bathroom that they film, their master bedroom and bathroom that they film in episode 2, I believe, has a sitting area, wet bar, 2 walk-in closets, a covered patio, 24-foot ceilings, and a marble standalone spa tub, oversized walking range are mosaic and marble. This was the second biggest home sale in the city of Atlanta like 3 years ago, and it was $9 million.
Wow.
So he's doing fine. Shami is doing great.
Holy shit. Can you imagine?
Now,
Like, I feel like I would never, ever, ever, and I mean never, leave the house. If
why? Yeah, why would you?
bedroom with a porch and a tub and a kitchen
No.
and a movie theater.
Why would you need to go? Well, you just got to be like Barbara Streisand. Then you got to put a mall underground, and you really don't have to leave.
Oh, what? Why? And there's a pool,
Mhm.
and I'd never leave the house. I would
There's
never
It's a
ever.
salon. Cynthia is a friend of, and she's doing great. Just friend of energy, and love it.
Who are you hanging out with? Portia?
Yeah, she's just kind of dropping into the parties and stuff, and sort of being a sounding board.
Is Portia dating now?
Yeah, we didn't talk. You didn't talk about Portia.
What happened with
I'm
Portia?
not there yet.
Does Cynthia know these other women?
Well, so Drew is still on, and so she goes. So Cynthia and Angela Oakley, I can't remember who else, go and talk to Drew when she's like in the recording studio. And the issue there with Drew is that she has hired Dennis, the hot dog king, to be the producer of her album. And that's a problem. That's a problem because Portia like gets in the car with Dennis and reads him for filth and was like, "You're not to film with her. I don't know what you think you're doing." But that's a problem. And
you do music?
no,
You do
never,
music?
never. He's just trying to be on the show because he's a thirst bucket.
Yeah.
Well, we love Dennis, and
Wow.
I literally love him.
Well,
I
you'll
wish-
get to see him a lot.
I wish
You
he'd get
gotta
back
hand
with
it to
Portia.
Drew, too. That's
get to-
very shrewd Marlo-esque
Hmm
plans there.
And
Like-
Cynthia has to tell Drew, she was like, "I don't like baby daddy sit different. You can't do that. You like, Cynthia has to sit with Drew and be like, what's wrong with you?"
Keenan and Lakin Give You Deja Vu is the podcast hosted by me, Stacey Keenan.
And me, Christine Lakin.
On Keenan and Lakin Give You Deja Vu, we recap the iconic 90s sitcom and TGIF mainstay Step by Step.
While I was a fan and watched every episode,
I am watching the show for the very first time.
we are lifelong friends and TV stepsisters.
So join us for a juicy peek behind the scenes as we explore what it was like to come of age in front of the cameras on a hit network TV show.
For sweet 90s nostalgia, breakdowns of classic 90s looks, and plenty of laughs, let Keenan and Lakin give you deja vu.
On Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
So Kenya
fun
looks
producer.
Kenya's around. She looks incredible. And apparently as the season goes on, what we're gonna find out, and I saw this like on a clip that Kenya did on like Tamron Hall show or something. As the season went on, she was feeling very threatened in some way by Britt. Now, Britt is the one who's insurance, who has the husband that hates her. That was in the rap world. And apparently something happens where she starts to feel very threatened by Britt, and Kenya goes to production and says, like, I don't feel safe around her, literally, and something needs to be done. And she felt production did nothing. So then she took it into her own hands by posting whatever was the blowjob picture at the event. And Kenya has said she feels bad about that. She feels bad about that.
So that's behind the scenes.
The reason that she didn't like Britt was she felt very threatened by her, and the Brit kept coming for her, and she felt threatened to talk to production, and production didn't do anything to support her.
That's why she took the photos.
So rather than get
Yeah.
like a
Sure,
restraining
sure,
order or
Jan.
something, yeah.
Sure, Jan.
Mhm.
I'm like, we love a Kenya.
Listen,
but like, no,
Kenya,
come on.
more hair care. Like the
Mhm.
Didn't bash the
No.
edges party
no.
with a marching band
Yeah,
because you felt threatened by Marlo.
yeah.
Like when we like Kenya too, and she's entertaining or whatever, but that's
You're a hoe
really
from the 90s.
yeah,
Mhm.
she said that.
The Portia said
I mean,
that to
she
her.
could be really, yeah. But did she do it?
She
through
did the megaphone, and then that's what you love.
I can't with. I mean, she's such a.
But Kenya and Portia like go to lunch together
Good.
on one of the first episodes, and so they're friends now. You forget all about the assault that happened between the two of them.
Exactly. I mean, Kenya is not to be, she that is just so. I like Kenya. I like watching Kenya.
Me
and her
too.
daughter and her journey, and I feel bad about her mom, and I feel for her. I've like my heart is open to her, but like that is, in my opinion, one of the lowest things that you can do.
I
And
agree.
I don't care if that woman does full porn. I don't care if her job is blowjob queen of
Mm-hmm.
USA. Like, she's not looking to have that. She's in charge of that. She's the only one who's in control of that. You are not. That
Mm-hmm.
is someone's.
There's a reason that's illegal.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, that is. Kenya just lacks some sort of. She lacks, I guess, because she didn't have a mom or whatever it is but she does have a piece missing of
Empathy
like
or
empathy, or like going too far with someone, or knowing if
knowing when to stop.
did that to her or her daughter.
Yeah.
Like, you have a daughter. Like,
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah, and we haven't seen
do that.
anything so far between the two of them that we would look forward to be like, oh, I can see how this is going to go off the rails. But there is a preview for next week where the two of them are like back and forth. And, Kenya's basically like, the queen doesn't sit with peasants, that kind of a vibe. And so, I mean, she says it. Also,
it's such a bummer. I don't want her to be like that. I want her to come to rise above that one thing.
Bravo, bring her back.
And Bravo. And that's the other thing. And Bravo, it's like
totally.
We're talking about this yesterday. It's like they still to this day will undercut Nene, and
that's why Mary Payne that we haven't watched. We didn't watch last season because even Portia wasn't on.
Right. Now she is. It's so good.
Yeah, and thank God she's back. But Candy's not there. We do love Candy.
Yeah.
But
Candy's killing it. She's like on Broadway and stuff. Like she doesn't,
amazing.
Yeah, but and Nene's actually finally doing well too. But like, we just don't want to. The thing with Atlanta, it's we truly do believe that like Bravo was built on the back of Nene, and like and it's particularly when it's no Portia and no Nene. Atlanta, like we just weren't here for it. So now Portia's back, and
Phaedra's coming back too.
I know we didn't really care about that. I mean, she's not married to medicine, so we did get some Phaedra, but it's just kind of like, oh, you'll forgive everybody, even like full on grifters, and you won't forgive Nene.
Yeah, which is crazy, and it's just so fickle. Bravo's just so weird about.
Well, Nene sued. Nene sued Bravo and Andy Cohen specifically. So from that, you can't come back.
Right.
All the other stuff everybody does is you can come back from. But when you sue Bravo specifically, and that's, I think Michael Darby, speaking of people, I think he also like specifically sued production. And so we never saw him again.
Of course he did. Why doesn't he get with Greg from Married to Medicine and go sue all the fucking.
Yeah. Well, I bet you when they need her for girls trip, or when they need her because
exactly.
they're circling the drain, she'll be right back, and we're gonna pull this clip, Mary Payne, and be like, when you needed her, it was fine that she sued you.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Oh, well, listen, not for nothing, I'd love to see Nene on a girls trip.
Yeah. Oh my God, are you kidding me? And also,
we're huge Nene fans.
Bravo's just hypocrites, and I mean, as much as we love, we've said it before, but it's like there's Apollo, full criminal, stealing people's identities, had been in prison. One of the lowest things you can do: steal people's identities, and older people and elderly people, and trick them and con them and take their money and their identity and their social security money and their pensions. And that's what he did.
And he's on Married to Medicine.
And there he is back on Bravo without an issue. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep talking shit about Jen Shaw, and we're gonna pretend we're not gonna have her back, and we're not gonna
wait. Okay. First of all, I was like, everything you're saying is exactly what Jen Shaw did, but Apollo. Exactly. I don't watch Married to Med. Why was Apollo on Married to Med?
They literally brought him and his wife on a couples trip to fuck with Phaedra.
I was about to say, are either one of them doctors? It doesn't seem like it.
No. And Phaedra was on there, and she wasn't even with a doctor.
Yeah.
So that was just totally annoying and didn't work. And Phaedra
she has said some things about them. I've seen, like, she's like, they're all ratchet, whatever she said.
They hated her and she hated them.
Yeah.
And But either way, Apollo is there, and his presence alone just, I mean, they were getting it because there was like 3 different fights on the beach on Married to Medicine. Like Married to Medicine is like literally the best show on Bravo. But
Yeah, I know everybody loves it. Everybody loves it.
but yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like you won't mess with Nene, you know, and regardless of her suing, it's like you're only suing them at the end of the day because you are
Hurt.
Yeah, because you're being marginalized and treated as if, and regardless of discrimination, racism, and whatever, it's like I'm not Nene and sitting and watching Kim Zolciak with her stupid husband and her 17 kids on a stupid show that sucks. We didn't like Tardy for the Party or whatever.
No, it wasn't a good show.
Yeah, and you're sitting there going, I can't open like social media without every third meme being my face.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and yet I have to look at Kim with a spinoff, and so fine. And even Candy with a spinoff. You know, if you don't have it to have a spinoff, that's fine. But you don't. It's like, to me, it is also like Lisa Vanderpump. Like there's anchors of the network that you, regardless of what they want to be paid, you pay them and you keep it pushing. Like,
Yeah.
and Bravo doesn't want to do it. They want to, and it's a fact, they want to do a rotating cast on Below Deck where they own the, you know, we come from a show on Bravo that they didn't own the rights to. It's a show in England, and they want to have the rights of a show that they created, and then they don't want any stars. They want to keep it rotating, and you know, but that's just in my opinion, there's nothing to hold on to there, and you're going to keep raising the stakes until somebody's going in Below Deck, going to someone's bedroom without consent. And also you're not going to maintain an audience without like your stars. I mean, that's just where it's at in my opinion. And I didn't appreciate the way they treated Nene, and I didn't care that she sued them. And I guarantee you she will be back.
I would love a Nene dating show. That would be good.
Anything.
That would be good. That would be good. Anything. I have a question now. Are you guys, I know what the answer is, but I'm going to ask anyway. Are you guys watching the Baldwins?
Oh, yes.
Has that
actually
started?
Yeah, we watched the first episode, didn't we? Didn't we watch
We
it?
watched the
You guys, it's
Didn't we watch the first episode?
But we watched
Wait.
Mary Payne. This is what would happen. It was going to come on, and then Julie couldn't remember like the deal with the Hilaria.
Oh, that's right.
So then we watched an hour like YouTube deep dive on all the shenanigans.
Mhm.
It was I'm not watching shit without going back through all of You're from Boston. You couldn't pronounce, how do I say onion? Like all of them. Cucumber.
How you say?
We didn't even make it through the YouTube. There was so many lies. So we had
Talk about a full grifter.
yeah, we hadn't even gotten to the show yet because
You guys, it's so good. I have to tell you that I'm covering it over on Patreon, and let me tell you the amount of people that have joined Patreon to listen to the recaps that are like, oh my God, this show is terrible. It's trashy. He killed somebody. I was like, well, you sure are joining to listen. So we're covering it. We're covering it as it is. Like when I tell you, if you love babies that curse, they have got children that are 3 and 1, just like, fuck you, you stupid bitch. Like it's incredible. This week there was a scene where she had to take all 7 kids to the dentist, you know, and then, you know, with a nanny. She always says she has 2 nannies, but then there's this other person that's a nanny. I was like, that makes 3. We didn't see that person before, but she takes them all to and the one kid, the Carmen is the 10-year-old, okay, who you will be like, somebody save her because she's like another parent and she's 10. And I was like, she's always just like, she should just put on a business suit and go to a business meeting. She's 10. She's always taking care of everything. So Carmen is sitting with one of the brothers who's getting his teeth done. And the hygienist says to Carmen, tell your brother what we learned. Okay. So if you get plaque, what happens there? And she goes, you get plaque. That's because you don't floss. Oh yeah. Now Carmen, tell your brother what else you learned. She goes, plaque leads to gingivitis, blah, blah, blah. And the brother who's 6 goes, you know what I learned today? Carmen's a fucking bitch.
Oh my God.
They're walking down the street and the baby who's 1 starts going, fuck, bitch, fuck. It's 1. And she's like, no. And so Hilaria says, no. You don't give the baby attention for it. They say the words that don't give attention. And Carmen goes, well, the first bad word I learned, I was like 6. And the like 5-year-old goes, no, the first bad word I learned was the F word. And Hilaria's like, stop talking about the bad word. Stop talking. And the 3-year-old, like a scene from like Rosemary's Baby, the 3-year-old arm comes out of the stroller, boom, knocks like the 6-year-old into a fence.
Oh my God.
And it's like, fuck you. I was like,
oh my God.
You guys, if you listen, the kids screaming and stuff I could do without, but the cursing children.
Is it him? Where are they learning it? Is it him?
From him. He's got he cusses all the time in front of the kids.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, if you don't think it's funny to see a 3-year-old, like another kid's trying to grab the phone and she's like, fuck you, bitch. And if you don't think that's funny, that's funny.
That's funny.
That is funny.
It's funny. And she's like, no. Like probably like the cameras are here. No.
Right.
They have 4 dogs, 4 cats.
Latin type of accent.
Half the time. It's in and out. She at one point tells the story of how they met. And this is in the latest episode. She's telling the story of how they met. And she goes, and I told him I'm from Boston. And he says, no, you can't be from Boston. And then she goes, that was an omen. Like trying to be like, I told him I was from Boston. I was like, but you were speaking Spanish in a Spanish. So of course he didn't believe you that you were from Boston. And Caroline Ray makes an appearance on this last episode, who I love. Caroline Ray. You guys, it's so good.
What does she have to do with anything, Caroline?
She's just very good friends with Alec Baldwin.
That's so bizarre.
And he's so like, she's one of these people that didn't abandon me. And every time he says there's so many people abandoned me, or he's like, whatever the word is, they ghosted me, whatever. Kimberly and I, you guys met Kimberly of A Date with Dateline. The whole time we're going, name names. We're like, write the book, name them, name the people that abandoned you. We want to hear it.
Well,
he looks,
she's totally like nice, cool person.
Yeah.
That's cool she was on. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
It's cool. She just came on and was like, yeah, I've always been friends with him. And we decided he has a lot of like female friends. Cause I was like, yeah, cause I think he's like very, very nice to his women friends, and who wouldn't want to be friends with him? He's hilarious.
Yeah.
And he does currently look a lot on the show. He looks like a man that came from under the bridge. I mean, he looks horrible because he's just going through this trial, you know?
Right. Oh my God. I can't wait to get to dive in, because I didn't realize that I knew the thing about the cucumber or the onion or whatever, and I was like, but I didn't realize like she comes from money. She's not just from Boston. And I'm from Boston, and I know where she's from, and she's rich. Okay. She went to a private rich ass school. The parents were both doctors or whatever in Cambridge. Like, we're not talking about like, she's not in Southeast somewhere with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. She was at Harvard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and running in that crowd. And then the fact that she had the fucking balls to say that she's from Spain, I can't. She's like mentally ill, I think.
According to her, she never said she was from Spain. According to her.
Say it on the
YouTube.
A million times.
You got to go to the YouTube.
Yeah.
A million times. My culture. I have to go back to
back home,
España.
do
I have to go
this.
back to Spain it's like
she fully like.
It's crazy. And then they address it on the first episode. And then as we're going, they sort of address it some more. Like she has these British children over to her house and is talking about the British accent. And as she's starting to ask the girl about, oh, did you spend a lot of time in England versus where you now live in the Hamptons or whatever? And as she's going into the conversation, you're like, oh, I see what we're doing. She's trying to get this girl to also explain how she sounds more British when she's talking to her British friends, and she sounds more American. And then Hilaria goes into explaining to her that that's called code switching. Code switching, when you can switch, you know, depending on who you're with. Like if I go to Mississippi, I sound more Southern. She's saying like, when you talk to elderly people, maybe you talk a little more slow. It's called code switching. And we're like, come on now. Come on now.
From España, maybe if you're from Spain or from Barcelona, maybe that would happen. Maybe it would.
I can't wait for you guys to watch it. I can't wait.
Her name is Hillary.
Honestly, we put it on and then I had to just turn it off and go.
Well, it's at the first few episodes when they're before the trial and coming back from the trial is it's heartbreaking because they're obviously going through something terrible, and they address it fully. They don't say it until the third episode that he, per legal reasons, is not allowed to discuss it at all. Now, he talks about the sadness, and he talks about his own mental health decline and his OCD. He talks about that, but she is allowed, obviously, to say whatever she wants. So she talks about it a lot. It was like, yeah, a woman died, like a boy lost his mother. Like, she actually really is able to talk about it, where he kind of has to skirt around. But I'm telling you, by the time you're done with it, you're like, I believe in their love. They're just crazy enough to be together and have 7 kids. How amazing.
Now, did you watch the Rust documentary about the movie?
No, but Kimberly and I decided, I think the Baldwins is 8 episodes. I think we're on 5. When we get done with the 8th episode, then we're going to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because now we feel like we're experts on the Baldwins, and we can't, there's nothing you can't tell
I
us.
feel like I want to watch it. I mean, I feel really, really terrible for him. And unless it's about, I don't even really know what would make me interested in watching it.
You've got it. You have to.
No, I don't mean the Baldwins. I mean the Rust.
Oh, the Rust.
Yeah.
I heard it was done very well, and it was done. The woman who died, her name is something like Hilaria. It's like his name is,
I can't remember her name either.
something like that. And she, it was apparently like her husband wanted the movie to be made, and apparently it's not negative towards Alec Baldwin or anything. And supposedly it's really good.
I watched the beginning of it, and it's definitely it definitely felt like it was going towards being a memorial towards
Like a
her,
tribute.
Mhm.
a tribute towards her. It is sad. It's completely horrific.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, he's an actor, and it was clear, it's also a true crime story.
Right.
Yeah, wait, not for nothing. What was the fucking thing we saw where what director where he staged the it's from the 80s, and he had the helicopter, and he had the neighbor.
John Landis, that one who chopped through the
it was the Michael Jackson Thriller. It's the Thriller documentary, which is so good. It's about the making of Thriller.
Okay.
And then they go into this thing about John Landis and how he literally killed 2 of his neighbor kids. He didn't want to have to go through the union, so he had his
what was
neighbors.
the movie? It was Twilight Zone. So there's I don't know if you remember. If you don't, you'll look it up.
The doc is good, anyways. But this is
basically going into the death, the accidental death, similar to what happened to Alec Baldwin, except this was in a helicopter, and it chopped people's heads off. And it was on the set of the Twilight Zone, and 2 of those people were his neighbor's children that he needed in the movie, and he didn't pay them, underpaid people. It's all, the safety and the do whatever. The helicopter crashed, killed the people, killed the pilot, dead, heads cut off. And here's John Landis sitting like
nothing happened to him.
He is, if you want to get enraged by some white male privilege that has gone unchecked, and you thought, John Landis, you mean the director of whatever he directed? I can't remember. I don't even know. Animal House, I think. And I don't know. Is that right? And he's directed some famous movies.
Yeah, I know who he was, because when he did the Thriller video, we're like, oh, this is like a real movie director directing a video. Like, it was so groundbreaking at the time. Right. Yeah.
He might be one of the most disgusting people. I mean, I know that Harvey Weinstein's disgusting, and I won't get political, and is disgusting, and if you want, and whatever. There's some real Bill Cosby, if you will.
Yes, of course.
This guy is
repulsive. You gotta watch
John Landis. So good. Literally, I mean, I'm trying. Oh, it's the Blues Brothers, American Werewolf in London.
That's why they have
Animal House, Coming to America, Kentucky Fried Movie. Like, he is involved with
Coming to America and Animal House are huge movies.
Three Amigos. Like, he's
done that too. Wow, he's done a lot. Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for from Rust. I'm looking for.
Okay, well, I don't think.
I know I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get it. That they wanted to have a small budget. They tried to hire. Hire somebody who didn't know what they were doing. I want blame on the industry the way I want checks and balances on Bravo, and I'm never going to get it, so I'm not going to watch it.
Well, I do think that the girl who was, it's pretty clear that the armory department or whatever it's called that deals with guns and fake bullets and pyrotechnics and all that stuff, the offshoot of pyrotechnics, which is like people who do literal, that's all they do on movie sets is weaponry.
Yeah,
The
weaponry.
girl is like 20 with purple hair. Now, I don't know what that means, but there was something about it where I was like, I'm not having her deal with
But her dad was had been an armorist on movies.
Yes.
And she was like his apprentice, and so they hired her. Listen, I obviously I know nothing, and I will watch the documentary to find out. But it seems like there would be no reason to ever have a live ammunition at all. But maybe there is a reason. Maybe that they shoot it close to get the shot.
It was an accident. It was an act. It was shit. The girl was.
I feel for her too, man.
Should not have been in charge.
She's
in jail.
You need to. Oh man, like
She's in jail for 18 months, I think.
Well, 18. That does suck. But maybe she'll think
it's the producers that need to.
the producers 100% need to be fined and
But
whatever.
he's the producer. Alec Baldwin was the producer.
Oh, that's why he was sued.
No. So that's what we said on the first episode. We were like, okay, I guess he got sued because he was the producer.
Yeah.
And so that's what we were talking about. And,
Right.
and then then we find out later, somebody wrote, you know, and the listener wrote in, was like, actually, no, he was being charged as the person that held the gun.
Oh,
So
wow.
he as the actor. Now, you guys, Kimberly, I don't know if when you met her, you remember this, but
Wow.
she worked for Gary Marshall for a long time.
Gary Marshall.
Yeah.
I don't think we
Wow.
never knew that.
So she was on tons of movie sets, and none with guns, obviously it's Gary Marshall, but you know, she, at least like you guys, has so much more of like a background on being on sets like this and stuff. And so I always love talking to people that, you know way more than I do about it. And I mean, I think you guys are the same. You've been on movie sets and stuff. And anyway, I'm going to watch it. One more question for you guys on pop culture. Are you watching White Lotus? Oh,
No, we're gonna binge it. Like,
you're killing me.
now Julie's never seen any of the seasons. I've seen them all, but that's the kind of thing, like absolutely 100%, then I have to watch all together.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we've only got 2 episodes left, and everybody's like, it's so slow. It's so slow. I'm like, yeah, it's White Lotus. It's not fast moving. It's everything is slow because you're building up to the first scene they show you is there's a shooting, but you don't know what. And so that's the first scene. So now everything's going backwards from that. And you're building up to trying to figure it out. Now with Mike White, what he's done the last 2 seasons that you would know, Brandy, like in the opening things where they're showing everything that they're showing in the opening scenes, the tapestry, they're like zooming in and out of like a painting, and everything in that happens in the show. So it's like when you first see it, you just skip it. But then when you get towards the end, you start really watching it. You're like, okay, that happened. That happened. That happened.
Well, I'm interested now because I have heard that I was never really particularly even interested, except I do love Jennifer Coolidge, but I don't know. But it's just like, this time I'm curious.
I would ask Mary Payne, how do you feel that this season compares to the other 2?
I think it's similar. I think it's a slow burn. I think all of a sudden something shocking will happen. Like you're just waiting for, just like in the second season, where all of a sudden there's like, it supposedly seems like an uncle is fucking his nephew. Or you see that in the first season, all of a sudden, like the manager of the hotel is getting blown by, what's his name? The guy I saw him at the Sunset Hotel, Lucas Gage. Yes, I saw him.
Like a lot of gay sex.
We haven't had, the first 2 seasons we haven't had gay sex in this season, but take it back. Yes, we have, but it's between brothers. So, we're just going to keep ramping it up.
Right. And so that's why that's right. Because that's what I heard. And that is what makes me interested in watching it, because I've never been particularly interested in it. But then I heard that we heard that, and I was like,
because you're watching it and nothing's happening. It's families talking and arguing, or this one brother is like the bully asshole brother that everybody hates. And then you're watching it, and because you've seen the other 2 seasons, you're just on the edge of your seat, even though nothing's happening. Something is about to happen that's going to be upsetting. It's like, I just saw that guy's dick. I didn't want to. Oh no.
Okay.
God. Yes. Why did we have to? Yeah. It's again, you got to know that it's a very slow paced show, but every single thing that's happening is important. You have to actually pay attention and not look down at your phone, which is hard for us these days. I think
very hard.
Okay. So you've got 3 things you have to watch now. It is Atlanta, White Lotus,
and
the Baldwins.
Challenge accepted.
Yep.
Challenge accepted.
I mean,
Next time
Julie,
we
you will
come back-
never. Julie, today you wrote back in the group chat as the first time in like a year. You never reply in the group chat. Now I just text
No.
Brandy because I was like, Julie's never going to respond.
I said we're good for 10.
Oh,
Yeah, she wrote back, we're good to go. I was like, oh, is that Julie?
I know.
Um,
I don't really.
I know, and that's fine. I don't take it personally.
But I like to be included. But I don't really. I don't.
You just want to read it, but you don't want to respond.
Yeah. Or if
Okay, well, I'll include you then. I'll include you if you want.
I don't know. I'm like, oh my god.
Julie, what was the trailer for the movie that I saw that you're going to be in that I just about
Oh yeah.
died? Because, you know, my daughter is a huge fan of all drag queens, and I showed her, and then she almost died.
It's God Save the Queens.
God Save the Queens. Okay.
And
God Save the
What
Queens. When
did
did you do it a long time ago?
I feel like when the hell did I do
I
it?
feel like it might have been in the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
No, really?
I think
Yeah,
so.
or 2021. But still, like I think it was lockdown time.
Well, you're featured in the promo, so that's why I was
know.
like, "Where's this movie? Where can I see it?"
And it's not. I don't think I had a huge part, but it was something like.
Well, they're using your face to promo their movie because they know what's what. They're like, if we put
right.
Julie on here, we're gonna get some more eyes on this thing.
You know
But it
what's
was
what,
it was
honey.
definitely like with some pretty famous queens though, and I can't even remember. I'm looking even online now for the movie, and there's not
That's how
even
long
a
ago
website.
it was. The bitch
Like,
doesn't remember.
I can't remember, but I know that it's a comedy. God Save the Queens movie.
I think in the promo you're screaming, "They're gonna fucking kill you!"
Yeah, a quartet of down on their luck drag queens end up stuck at the same therapy retreat. Together, they face their respective plights with rapid fire wit, unexpected poignancy, and a dash of the divine. But I'm not at the therapy retreat. I'm at the club. Like I'm in the club with them. I think.
Yeah, that is
Right?
what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Michelle Visage wasn't there, but
Oh, that's right.
she's in the movie, and
Oh, okay.
daughter's gonna love it. And
Yes.
it's gonna be great.
It was definitely fun. The queens were. Everyone was. Oh, Peter Facinelli's in it.
Ah.
I didn't work with him.
Former husband of Jenny Garth.
God, there's like some famous fucking people in this. That's hilarious.
Again, how long ago was it? It was
Very
4 years ago, you think?
It must be.
Yeah, at least. Honestly, I thought it was 2020, but it must have been 2021.
Yeah, like so. But I think I feel like I'm a manager or a security. I don't know, some kind of. Maybe I'm the club manager. I think so. I'm running around. I'm in their dressing room, and I'm like a dykey, just whatever. Leia, like that, like they want to fuck you. Like I can't even remember what I did.
Well, I wonder if they're going to ask you to come to the premiere and put you on the red carpet because
I hope so. That'd be fun. I
yeah,
think.
they did ask you.
Yeah, well, that's true. But they're having, financial stress. I think of putting on. I think getting that movie made was a miracle.
yeah.
Now even getting a premiere, I think they're just getting. I think it was really more maybe about getting the queens there. There was an email that went out that was like, "We want to do a premiere. Who's available?" I'm like, "I'm free." And then I think there was an email back that was literally like, "Hey guys, sorry, but wrangling you." It was literally I can't read it, but it's like wrangling you people is going to kill me, so we're not doing the premiere. We don't not everyone's available. We don't know when you're going to be available. Like she was irritated.
Oh man.
It's pretty funny. I mean, drag queens are on the road. Drag queens are, you can't keep a good drag queen down. They got to work, honey. They're out there.
My daughter's trying to figure out when we're in Vegas, she wants to go to like a drag brunch, but we're there Thursday to Sunday. And of course, most drag brunches are like on Sunday. So I'm trying to figure out, and then anything she wants to go to at night, we can't because we're going to be at the Dead Show. So I'm trying to figure out a thing to take her to in Vegas.
Oh, there's that big famous.
Well, there's that RuPaul's has one, but it's at night.
Oh.
There's no like matinee situation.
Yeah.
There's got to be such a good brunch there.
Yeah.
Sunday before you go to the show. Is the
I
show
bet there's
at
a
night?
gospel.
No, but Sunday we leave. Sunday we leave because the shows are Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
What time do you leave?
like noon. What else do you guys have going on that you want to tell me about?
Nothing.
We have our Patreon that everyone can get on to. Our
Not
Patreon is great. And we are now doing Reality Wednesdays on our Patreon. So we're going to start doing
Ooh.
all kinds of, we just did Beverly Hills this week. We're going to do we're going off. We have a bunch of shit to talk about. Dr. Greg from Married to Medicine for next week. I'm very excited. Because there's a lot going on. Like, who do you think you are? Like, there's just a lot going on. And we're going to get into competition, Mr. Beast Games. We'll do all the love, gross dating shows. We're going to do them all because we don't really watch that stuff. So it's going to be like, you know, joining us and me particularly telling Brandy like about Love is Blind, like Naked and Blind and whatever. And
well, I will tell you guys that we just covered Temptation Island, the latest episode on Netflix. It's A+. A+. A lot of men to really hate.
Great.
Yes.
So that's something that, and love and just all of it. So we're going to do that. We're excited about that. It'll be fun. And then on Thursdays we do weird shit, and Fridays we do blind items and advice questions, and those are really fun because people send in blind items.
That's my favorite.
Just from their family. Like we've
listens.
Yeah, that's great. So you know, well, we've got.
We had tea on Blake Lively before the
my God.
the tea. We had a full. Somebody sent in and said my dad was at physical therapy.
Yes,
and then it was a blind item about this huge bitch that was doing to him at physical therapy.
Yep.
And it turned out it was Blake Lively.
And plus, people are writing in like with their actual family too. Like, turns out he's not my dad. And
I love a good family drama.
My cousin or whatever. Yeah. So it's fun. So we're trying. And
I love when people write in and they tell like a big family drama that like happened at a wedding. I'm like, yes, these are the stories I live for.
It's great. It's so good.
Yeah. Makes me so happy. Makes me so happy.
That's nice. Thank you, Mary Payne. So that's where we're changing it up a little bit over there on the Patreon. So,
and then the regular podcast is
Dumb Gay Podcast. That's more political, or is political right now. Particularly, we don't do any politics on the Patreon. But if you want a liberal, fun, ragey, dumb take on politics, then you should come over to Dumb Gay Podcast because that's what we're doing there.
Yeah. So we've got the free. And what day does the free feed come out?
Tuesday.
And then you've got Patreon is
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay.
Yep.
And they have video there, and that's always fun.
We do have video.
Because this is the first time I've ever seen you guys where you're not matching.
That's true. We do like to match it up.
I blame Julie.
Yeah. But
now you have
Brandy, we're matching, so that's I'm wearing a hoodie as well.
I wasn't thinking. I'm sorry.
Last time you guys came on, you're like wearing pink for pink shade.
Pink for this. Really too. I mean, if you think about it, you don't have that much pink in your closet, but we do.
I don't. I have one pink button down that I'm not afraid to wear. Okay, I like it. I like it. I like the pink.
All right, everybody, you follow Dumb Gay Podcast and then go and look up Julie and Brandy on Patreon, and it's worth whatever you have to pay there. I can't remember what I pay, but
totally is worth
it's totally worth it.
$4.
Yeah, just $4.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's what I pay. And you can also get lots and lots of shots of all their animals roaming around there in Julie's house.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Plus, if you sign up, we have all of our back catalogs there. So
yeah. And you did the you did the redo of the Vanderpump Reboot. What was this Vanderpump After?
We have the Vanderpump Rules After show. We put the whole collection on there.
Yeah.
Which we did on Bravo.
Right.
And that was like season 5 of Vanderpump, and that's all there if you join. And you pay more than $4, Mary Payne.
I just pay whatever is the highest.
Yeah, you can't get the blind items.
Right.
That's $8.
Listen, there's tiers.
Then I pay $8. $8 a month, you guys. It's $8 a month.
There's tiers. We try to,
yeah.
It's not $8 a day. It's $8 a month.
A month. And you can pay for the year and get it out of your life. And listen, we're all surviving on the Patreon. So join.
Yes, we are. Don't hang up. I'm saying that because lately with the StreamYard, like I press end and then the people go away. So don't go away. And, okay.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks, Mary Payne.
Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.